Good morning, everyone. You guys are probably thinking, why does Jenny look like a hot mess? Well, that's because I just had a baby almost 2 weeks ago. And so my mom is here and she basically won't let me do anything. So I thought it'd be interesting to share with you guys some of my cultural background and the things that my mom wants me to do to help with this postpartum body, to maintain it, to prevent myself from getting sick, and maybe a doctor's perspective as well, because that's what I am. For those new here, hi, my name is Jenny. I am a third-year family medicine resident, and I'm a mom of 2. All right, so let's get a little bit cleaned up, and I'll show you what I'm working with. Alright, so now that I look half decent, the first thing on the list that she always says is walk slow, keep your legs together, because this helps prevent your uterus from dropping down, aka uterine prolapse. I never seem to be walking slow enough, or my legs never seem to be close enough, but she also says don't carry anything heavy because that will also make your uterus fall. From a doctor's perspective, yes, uterine prolapse can happen, and that is just due to natural vaginal birth. When you have a baby, everything is going down, and so that can happen. So what can you do to prevent that? On the medical side of things, I would say do Kegel exercises or Kegel workouts. That's when you just like squeeze your pelvic muscles on the inside, try to hold it there, and then relax. This will help with incontinence and all that good stuff. The next tradition is that you can never go outside because it actually makes you catch the wind and it makes you really sick. But look, guys, look at what I'm working with here. It's a hot mess in here. I don't know if there's any scientific evidence based behind that. I just know that you should go outside, get some vitamin D. Yes, there is a potential for you to get sick because viruses are in the air. To prevent that, we recommend moms and especially pregnant women to always get their flu vaccine and then their Tdap closer to the end of their pregnancy so that the immunity, mom's antibodies, can be passed on to the baby. And even people close around baby, like dad or spouse or whoever it's going to be close to baby, they also recommend them getting the Tdap vaccine. But other than that, I remember it was 4th of July and then we went to my friend's house, and afterwards when I got home I felt really sick. I had body aches and chills and subjective fever, no actual fever, but I just felt like horrible and I thought like literally I got sick, but it's just my body and I felt like I was being overworked. So listen to your body, rest. Don't feel like you need to go out or do things that your body is not ready for. So vaccines, rest. You're healthy, huh, baby? You're a little chunkster, aren't you? Aren't you a little chunky? A little chunky monkey? See, baby's perfectly fine. So tradition number 4 is don't touch water. Yes, absolutely no water, which means no shower, no bath. I have not taken a shower since a week. Yes, it's been a week. But I've been cleaning my body with this thing. It's, this is, what is this? This is ginger infused vodka. So basically rubbing myself down with vodka. The ginger is supposed to keep your body warm along with the vodka. There's no scientific evidence behind this. I don't even know if there is medically a difference in any of this. So On the doctor's perspective, yes, do this if you want. But I would always recommend washing your hands with soap and water before you touch the baby to prevent any germs and stuff being passed on to baby, because baby doesn't really have an immune system as of yet. The next tip is to keep a hot pot of rock salt on your belly. And she says you need to do this for at least 30 minutes twice a day to make the belly shrink, your postpartum belly shrink. Mom! It's really hot. Look, it burned into the paper towel. So don't do that by yourself. Unfortunately, I don't have a before picture, so I can't really show you what my belly looked like before I started doing the tummy thing. But this is approximately 2 weeks postpartum. I should put in a clip of how I looked at 39 weeks. So this is it. This is the baby bump at 38 and 5. But yeah, this I'm not too mad about. So is it the pot of hot rock salt that did this? I don't know. I don't know if it's just that, if it's a coincidence, if it's just time. I did not gain a lot of weight during this pregnancy. I think I've only gained 35 pounds. Baby was 8 pounds, 7 ounces. I had a 2-lobe placenta, so that was huge. So that was at least 10 pounds plus water weight. So who knows how much I actually gained during this pregnancy. Actually, let's look. Let's see how much weight I am at now. This is also with my camera, so maybe I should do it without my camera. Only 142.4. So I think I weighed in at 138 when I started out. My pregnancy, like, that's what I measured in as. So 138 when I got pregnant, and now 142. So just a couple pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight. I honestly don't think that that pot thing is what actually did it. My mom obviously thinks it is, and she says that if you don't do this early on in your pregnancy or early on in your postpartum stage, then you'll always have that belly and it'll never shrink, blah, blah, blah. But what I recommend as a doctor is staying healthy, eating healthy during your pregnancy. Because if you stay active and eat a healthy diet, then you wouldn't gain as much weight, and losing it and becoming active and staying active postpartum will be a lot easier for you. And at the same time, your body took 10 months to get there to have a baby, and you were huge. Don't expect your body to go back to how it was prior to pregnancy just like that, you know. Just give yourself some time, give yourself some forgiveness, because it's going to be okay. I know I struggled with this the most during my first pregnancy. Like, I looked in the mirror and was so upset and did not like what I see, and it caused so much depression and anxiety. And so trust the process and let your body heal and give yourself some forgiveness. So yeah. And the last Asian tradition that we're going to talk about today is food. And it's always going to be pork, rice, some type of soup, rice, pork thing. Basically, this is kind of the gist of what you're going to eat every day, all day. Rice and pork. Pork and soup and some carbs. And then this is just like boiled vegetables. And my mom said that you can't eat any type of like bamboo like vegetables, and no fruit, nothing cold, because you're gonna catch that wind. And I asked her, I was like, why can't I eat asparagus? Why not? And she just laughed at me. She's just like, ha ha ha, you can't eat that after you just gave birth. It's not good for you. She didn't really give me a reason why. but this is supposed to increase your milk supply and just help with the healing process and getting energy and stuff. As a doctor, when you're breastfeeding, they usually recommend 500 to 600 more calories because you're burning more and feeding another human being. During your pregnancy, they recommend only 300 excess calories. Show you a little bit about my stash. Let's actually put this in here. So this is my stash after about 2 weeks. So is that because I've been eating more or just because I'm an overproducer? I am not so sure. I can do a separate video on how I pump and how I created my stash and all that stuff in another video, but I think I talked about this before. I use the Haka dupe and basically just put it on one side and catch the letdown while baby nurses on the other side, and that's how I've got to create that stash. But I can go into further detail if you guys want and show you my routine and stuff in another video. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed those crazy Asian traditions and learned a little bit about what a doctor would actually recommend in those certain cases. I had a lot of fun in making this video. If you enjoyed these types of videos, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I make new videos every week, see about work-life balance, what it's like to be a doctor mom, and learn a little bit about medicine. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.